John Madden in Veracruz, Mexico. I've been in Veracruz for a little over a week now. My car was stolen in Orizaba a week ago, 10 days ago, and it precipitated a lot of changes in my life. Mostly good. It's shock and trauma because I have lived in that car for 2 years, and 4 years I've been Mr. Campervan, traveling 3 years in the US and now 1 year in Mexico. Now, this light is too bright on me, so I'm going to focus back out here, which is part of the theme, is how do I keep focusing back out instead of my little problems? Now, one of my, I wouldn't say it's a little problem, is that I was misdiagnosed as bipolar for 30 years and felt ashamed of myself. Clinical psychologists who had always fought diagnoses took one. It was a wrong diagnosis. It came from a perfect storm of life crises, and if the psychiatrists actually knew anything about trauma, they'd have seen that, but they kind of don't. When I was trained as a psychologist in the late 60s and early 70s, they weren't teaching us about trauma back then either. So I went 30 years, and many years I was impotent from the drugs they were giving me, where they were saying, well, you know, it may take your sexuality away, but it makes you a little less depressed and makes us look good. You know, so we'll live with it, right? And I really did not want to commit suicide, much as I longed to during that desperately terrible period. Now, the last 4 years, I'm great again. Life gave me a break, gave me a big spiritual experience, and I'm having an awesome life with some challenges. So I have some real life challenges right now about how do I get my life going. And a dear friend from Veracruz, who I met back in January here, is coming back from Jalapa, 3 hours away, to help me get an interview with her landlord about getting an apartment down here, because I got to get out of this hotel, which is super expensive. So I have real life concrete things to deal with, and also on my plate is my mission. I'm learning an awful lot about life and about Mexico, and I have a YouTube channel that I'm trying to get out in front of people, and I'm shooting more videos than I ought to be doing every day, but the muse says, so what? You're ripped wide open, it's a difficult time. That's a good time because you're fresh. You're available in a way you might not be if life was more on an even keel. So I'm going to keep feeding you stuff and keep giving you videos that you're going to have to keep uploading. So I got all these things on my plate, but the other thing that happened from 30 years of being messed up like that was I didn't have relationships with women. I wasn't wanting them. I was in survival mode. But now I'm kind of old, but not too old. All my parts are still working, and part of my spiritual mission is to teach people about the low road to higher consciousness, the Freudian taboos, sex and aggression. I seem to specialize in knowing how to use force for good these days in a way I never used to. And I also have incredible sexual energy pulsing through me, Kundalini energy. I've studied it spiritually, but now I'm living it. So I know that part of my teaching involves me dating. 8 years, I always had a dog at my side, and finally realized that dog is your partner, and everybody knows it, and you know it, and the dog knows it. So life took my dogs away. Pretty violent process that I talk about elsewhere. And I'm recognizing, okay, I couldn't do that. I didn't know how to let go of that last dog, Magic, at all. But life said, yeah, I'm going to take that dog from you so you're available to women, okay? Because you're teaching about that. Now, get in the trenches. No, I'm not gonna. Let's just drop that one, and learn what you're meant to learn. Do that. So I've got all these things on the table at the same time. Get an apartment. Get your life going in Veracruz. Date. Do your channel, and here and there, when you get some moments, just get peaceful in front of the moon, which I have been doing. And life is, it's been too expensive to be in this hotel, but what a vision place. How can you not go back to God when you're looking at the ocean, El Mar, Gulf of Mexico every day? Yeah. So, that's my life in a nutshell. Send blankets, send water supplies, send your blessings, please, and your sisters.